Melissa Harrison.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you about the Financial Task Force interim report. On pages 12 and 13 of that report, I notice a graph with references to the residential taxes per capita on Bowen Island. The passage notes that Bowen is in the top 5% of municipalities, and only 6 BC municipalities rank higher, these being Tarsis, Kimberley, Sycamoose, West Vancouver, Whistler and Sun Peaks. A task force expresses concern about this statistic, stating the tax levels will impact Bowen's ability to attract future residents as part of the need to remain sustainable in the future. I was surprised by that statistic because we have always felt that our property tax to be quite low by contrast with the mainland tax rates. So I looked at the property tax data provided by the provincial government and the census data provided by the federal government, and this reveals some interesting facts and some good news. Up in Nooka Sound, Tarsis is a mill town without a mill. Now a ghost town by all accounts, their population has dropped from a high of 2,500 to 200 in the 2011 census. A significant 58% of the residences registered in the census are now no longer permanently occupied. This high proportion of empty homes brings up the per capita tax rate to 5th in BC, but the per household rate of only $2,060, Tarsis is 134th in the taxes per household ranking. Sycamoose in Shuswap is a burgeoning holiday destination where 42% of the residences are holiday homes. While Sycamoose is 4th in the per capita ranking with a per household rate of 2,760, it ranks 85th in the taxes per household ranking. Between the census of 2006 and the census of 2011, the number of holiday residences on Bowen has increased from 301 to 415, an increase of 38%. This means that 24% of our residences are now holiday homes. As a proportion of holiday homes goes up, so will our per capita tax rate due to the relatively low resident population. By contrast with the per capita tax ranking, Bowen Island's tax per representative household places us in 42nd place. Bowen ranks below every other Metro Vancouver municipality, including Abbotsford, Surrey and Pitt Meadows. This is good news indeed, and probably about where we should be, the high cost of getting things done on the island balanced by a relatively low level of services. I very much welcome the Financial Task Force's eagle eye being cast over the books. It is important to periodically thoroughly reassess in terms of efficiency and delivery. But given Bowen's relatively low ranking in the taxes per representative house table, I'm not sure we need to worry about Bowen's ability to attract future residents, nor would it be wise to cut services simply on that basis. Could I just ask 2 questions while I'm up here? Following on from what this gentleman was saying about ignoring what the public says, could I just mention once again the filming of meetings and the timing of meetings? It's not convenient, no, it's nigh on impossible for commuters to attend meetings during the day. When you made that decision, you said that important issues would be discussed in the evenings. Today's a meeting about the budget. One of the last meetings was about ferry marshalling, and those meetings haven't been held in the evening. And one of the things that I said when I spoke back in December or January was that we could at least film the meetings so that people could see them. Now, the filming is being done, but council hasn't got around to paying for them as far as I know. Proposals were asked for, but I don't know, has that been all gone through now?
We've just ordering the equipment right now for video streaming, and hopefully it'll be up within the next 3 weeks or so.
Okay.
So it is under the go. Regarding the budget, we are having a town hall meeting on Saturday, and the budget will be presented at that meeting as well.
Okay, so my second question was, could I urge you to get the agenda for the town hall meeting up? I mean, we're now on Tuesday. Ostensibly that meeting is about ferry marshalling. It's a very big issue for the island.
Sorry, what is? What is the very big issue?
Ferry marshalling.
You don't think the strategic plan and the budget are bigger?
Well, I understood that the meeting on Saturday was going to be the one point of public contact before a decision 2 weeks later about very much.
I think at this point during the town hall meeting, we'll just be asking the public for the type of process they're interested in ferry marshalling. A ferry marshalling decision will not be made at this point in time. It'll be
We want to get a dialogue going.
Okay, so despite
That's what we're doing.
So despite the resolution at the last time that has been, that's
yeah,
changed.
I think you may have the wrong resolution that was actually passed by council, but that's correct. So it's a town hall meeting on Saturday to discuss, hear back from the public on various issues, including processes for ferry marshalling.
Strategic planning and the budget.
And we will have the agenda up for it tomorrow. There won't be it'll just be a one-pager, because what we're doing is a dialogue with the community at this point.
Okay, thank you.
The next speaker is Laura Koch.
Hello, I'm a director of the Bowen Island Conservancy, and we've written a letter dated today for Mayor and Council to review. I'm just going to read some excerpts from that letter. The Bowen Island Conservancy wish to register our strong support for the continued retention of the Greenways Advisory Committee. The Bowen Island Conservancy opposes Council's proposed resolution to repeal the Greenways Advisory Committee establishment bylaw. Our position is based on the following grounds. Item 1, the Greenways concept embedded in the OCP is a vision of cooperative stewardship to conserve Bowen's natural assets, connecting wildlife habitats to each other and connecting people to nature. 2, the committee's mandate, which is to provide advice and input into future park, trail, and outdoor recreation planning, land use decisions, ecotourism, and nature conservation opportunities on Bowen Island, specifically in relation to greenways, continues to be necessary and valid. 3, since before its formal establishment, the committee has worked within this mandate to improve the island environment, which has manifestly benefited residents and visitors alike. Notable successes include the committee's input to the establishment of Headwaters Park, including its trails and wetland boardwalks, Evergreen Park and trails, the Cape on Bowen trails, and beach accesses as well. Item 4, in light of the committee's positive achievements, the notion of divorcing the greenways concept from trails and parks, as discussed by some members of council during the March 20th special meeting, does not make sense. 5, the Conservancy notes that the municipality's strategic plan for 2012 identifies under stewardship community health. Surely identifying greenways and trails on our island is a key strategic objective under this section. 6, the committee members have for over 4 years of dedication and in good faith provided valuable free services to the municipality. So Council's resolution to repeal the Greenways Advisory Committee Establishment Bylaw number 216/2008 is ill-advised in our opinion because 7, many of the recent public statements made by Council concerning the Greenways Advisory Committee reflect surprisingly little knowledge of the committee or of the Greenways objectives. And item 8, no evidence has been presented to date by Council or staff to the community that establishment bylaw is somehow inappropriate or that the committee has done anything improper or acted in any way to interfere with the private property rights or impede any development proposal. Item 9, no evidence has been presented to date by Council or staff to the community that the cost of operating the committee has been excessive. Okay, so to sum up, the Bowen Island Conservancy strongly urge Mayor and Council to act on your own unanimous resolution RES number 12-049 during the special meeting of Bowen Island Municipal Council held Tuesday, March the 20th, 2012, and do away with the proposed rescission of this bylaw. Moreover, we recommend that Council preserve the Greenways Advisory Committee structure and further consider a more informed, constructive approach to determining the committee's future status. And there's a couple of suggestions that perhaps you'd be amenable to a meeting from the chair to give you an overview and some details further to what I've presented here today. And bullet 2, we would say that there was a typo, and I'll not get into that right now, but thank you for hearing us, and appreciate you listening.
The last speaker is Colleen O'Neil.
Dear Mayor and Council, we the undersigned are disappointed that the result of years of negotiations around the lands at Cape Roger Curtis resulted in a 59 10-acre lot subdivision, with the only community amenity being a short waterfront trail. Many islanders had hoped that through collaboration and compromise we might have had a different outcome. That did not unfold for a multitude of reasons, but some of us are not prepared to throw in the towel. There are still opportunities at the Cape, as much of the land has yet to be developed. The owners have stated publicly that they're willing to engage in a conversation about other possibilities at the Cape other than their 59 10-acre lot subdivision. The opportunities are short-lived, however, in that development continues. The owners do not need to look at other options for their land, as they are confident that their sales will continue as planned. However, as good neighbors, they will consider suggestions from the community. We ask that Council appoint a task force of skills-based people who are willing to look at the possibilities and potential for the remaining lands and begin conversations with the owners about alternative options. Respectfully submitted, myself, and I have about 40 to 50 other signatures on here. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I can respond that we, that kind of, I think supports the resolution we'll be making later about asking for the potential for access to a Thompson Road access. If in fact that did go forward, we would have, one would presume, more density there, making that alternative access more important. So are the people on the list prepared to be on the task force? Not all 40.
Well, there's 40 of them, so no. A few of them have volunteered though.
Casey, is that the last
That's
of
the
speakers?
last.